Today, we're tackling one of the biggest questions in all of human health.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if we could just get rid of the single thing that takes more lives than anything else on this planet?
And look, I'm not talking about managing it with a lifetime of pills and procedures. I'm talking about a genuine, permanent fix, wiping it off the map.
And that's the core idea we're digging into today. This concept of the power law move. It's like finding the one domino that if you push it, knocks over 1,000 others. A single action that could give us a bigger leap in human lifespan than curing every single cancer combined.
So first things first, let's get a real sense of the scale of this enemy. Just how big is this mortality leviathan?
Well, according to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular disease, or CVD, took almost 20 million lives in 2022, just in 1 year. That's like the entire population of New York State gone.
And this chart just puts it in stunning perspective. Almost 1/3 of every single death on Earth is from cardiovascular disease. Again, that's more people than all forms of cancer combined. It is, without a doubt, public enemy number one. Now here's where that power law idea really comes to life. Look at this. If we managed to eliminate every single road traffic injury in the world, it would add about half a year to the average life expectancy. Important, for sure. But if we eliminate cardiovascular disease, a healthy 50-year-old gets nearly 9 extra years of life. The return on investment here is just staggering.
Okay, so let's zoom way in, from the global scale right down to the microscopic. To figure out how to beat this thing, we have to understand the battle happening inside a single artery. This is the story of atherosclerosis.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. Atherosclerosis is not a plumbing problem. Your arteries are not just pipes getting clogged with gunk. It is a complex biological war. It's your body's own wound healing system going haywire inside the delicate lining of your arteries.
And this right here is the step-by-step battle plan. It all starts when the delicate protective shield inside your arteries gets damaged. That breach lets these cholesterol-carrying particles, the intruders, sneak into the artery wall where they get trapped. Once they're stuck, they oxidize. You can think of it like they go rancid, becoming toxic. Then your immune system sends in the cavalry, but they get so overwhelmed gorging on this toxic cholesterol that they turn into these bloated, dysfunctional foam cells. And finally, these foam cells hit the panic button, triggering a massive inflammatory response, a full-blown cytokine storm. And that is what builds the dangerous plaque that can rupture and cause a heart attack.
Okay, so that's the problem. How do we fight back? Well, it all starts with a total revolution in how we can see and measure this invisible threat, decades before it causes any symptoms.
You know, the old way was basically a blurry guess. We measured the amount of cholesterol, the cargo, in your blood. The new way? It's like switching to high definition. We now measure something called ApoB, which tells us the exact number of particles that actually cause the plaque, the particle count. It's a way better metric. And even better than that, we can now use advanced imaging to look directly inside your arteries and see the disease for ourselves. We've literally gone from guessing about risk to diagnosing the actual disease, years, even decades earlier.
And once we can see it, we can act. The foundation, of course, is always lifestyle. And these are not just vague suggestions anymore. We now know they are potent, evidence-based medicine. Things like Zone 2 cardio actually retrain your body at a cellular level. And get this, something as simple as regular sauna use has been shown to slash the risk of sudden cardiac death by an incredible 63%. It's powerful stuff.
And then, on top of that strong lifestyle foundation, we now have an incredible pharmacological arsenal. Statins are still the cornerstone, of course, but now we have these precision tools, these surgical strikes like PCSK9 inhibitors that can just tank your cholesterol levels. We're even repurposing ancient drugs like colchicine, which gives us a weapon to directly target that final fiery step of inflammation we were talking about.
But everything we've talked about so far is still about managing the disease for a lifetime. What if we could just end it? This is where it gets really exciting. This is the frontier that promises not just treatment, but an actual, permanent cure.
I mean, just imagine that. Instead of taking a pill every single day for the next 50 years, what if you could get a single treatment, one and done, and that's it? You're fixed. For good.
Well, that's not science fiction anymore. This is how it's being done. We're on the verge of a leap from a lifetime of pills to a single genetic edit that solves the problem at its very source. And this is happening in clinical trials right now.
So here's how this amazing therapy, Verve 101, works.
It uses this ultra-precise version of CRISPR to go into your liver cells and act like a biological find and replace tool. It makes a single letter change in your DNA, flips one genetic letter to another, and that simple edit permanently turns off the gene responsible for creating a protein that jacks up your cholesterol. In the first human trials, a single infusion dropped bad cholesterol by 55%, and that change is designed to last a lifetime. It is, for all intents and purposes, a functional cure.
And believe me, it doesn't stop there. Other incredible technologies are coming down the pike. Things like molecular vacuums that can literally suck the cholesterol crystals right out of existing plaque. Or the Bivacor, a total artificial heart that uses magnetic levitation so there are no wearing parts. It's designed to last forever. So let's zoom back out one last time. When you put all these pieces together, from diagnostics to lifestyle to gene editing, what does this future actually start to look like?
I think this quote really says it all. For all of human history, we've basically accepted that heart disease is just a natural part of getting old, an inevitability. Well, that era is ending. We are actively turning an inevitability into a choice.
And this is the prize. Let's not forget what we're fighting for. Nearly 9 extra years of healthy life. That's more time with your family, more time to create, to learn, to experience the world. That's what's on the table.
Which leads me to this final provocative thought. For as long as we've kept records, heart disease has been the leading cause of what we call natural death. So what happens to our world when we make it preventable, treatable, and ultimately curable? What happens when we make humanity's #1 natural killer unnatural?